Greetings, everyone! It's Megan Ashcroft from Bloodmoon Pictures, and welcome to 2025. I am back. I am out from... out? I finished my sickness and a New Year's holiday. Sadly, I was sick up until New Year's almost, and I think I tested free of COVID on the... what does the calendar say? 29th. No, 3rd. Yeah, 29th. 29th. I tested free of COVID on the 29th. So I literally just laid in bed, was sick and miserable. And luckily the symptoms weren't so bad. Like, it wasn't my worst case of COVID. And yes, I have had COVID multiple times. Every single time, because someone... well, not every single time. The middle one, the second time, it was kind of weird. It was wonky, but where I got it from, like, no one could track it back. But the first time, it was because my doctor didn't do their job. This third time, it was because someone was let's just say not very considerate and just was like, whatever, and infected one of my friends. And that friend of mine didn't know that they were in contact with someone who had COVID up until they tested positive, which was after we met. Because they didn't even had any symptoms until after we met. And then I got it, and well, that's what happened. It's no one who's known. I don't even know the person my friend got infected by, which I just know them by, the person knew but didn't tell. So, COVID is still around, guys. People can still get hit pretty harshly by it. Even though I have 3 shots already. So, yeah, just a reminder to don't take sicknesses too lightly in general. But other than that, I actually had a good recovery time. I binged some Baldur's Gate in my free time on some other saves. I didn't get further than the one I have on stream, because on stream, over on my Twitch, I do stream Baldur's Gate with my best friend Cramian, or if he doesn't have time, I continue without him. We have some misunderstandings when we don't speak to each other and almost kill one another with our abilities, which is all in good fun, even if we get, like, snarky at each other. It's how friends are. But yeah, other than that, I am... what was 2024? It was, as you can see, a lot of the boxes disappeared. That one is still there, and most of the things that changed you don't even see on camera. I'm considering moving my desk. If anyone knows any feng shui or has any tips or whatsoever how I want to do it, because for some reason, the way the desk sits now, I feel not productive. I feel like this is a bad setup to be productive. Not from how my desk itself is designed, but how it's oriented to the rest of the room. I know I should have the windows or the doors in my view, which is very difficult because it's literally on all opposite ends of the room, and I don't want to be in the middle of the room or, like, oriented in a way that I block my VR space, because even though my headset is kind of breaking apart, I still go into VR sometimes, privately. Because none of what I do in VR is usable for content. Because it's just... like, the one time I did lifting as Freddy Fazbear was really funny. But it's just me messing around either in VR chat or just having fun running around in my own VR world. That's the majority of it. And it's not really something I would want to make into content. It's just private, random fun. But I would like to have some, like, VR experiences that I can put on YouTube, but I have to see how that works out at all, like, if at all, because I never really had a good space for VR. and before I want to like do VR things, I kind of want to set up my desk the way I want it. I don't even know if it's gonna change, but I kind of want to change it. I want to finally set up my 3D printer, which has been living in its box for years now. And that's kind of like on the forefront. I have like I made a list that hangs right there behind my desk. Well, behind my screens, always in view, that has like a list of goals. I'm not gonna spoil some of them because some of them are spoilers to you guys. But it's there, always in view, things I want to finish by the end of 2025, and then I grade myself. But there is a possibility to gain bonus points. Like, for example, if something's not on the list and I want to do it, like right now, or like, for example, in the middle of June, there's like, hey, by the way, we could do this project. And it's like, ooh, that would be a cool and big project. I don't know of its existence yet, but it might happen. On there, however, is definitely the 2 videos that were promised last year. And I wanted to speak about those. The food theory video I want to do, which was promised as a milestone on the April 2024 charity event that we did. We're working on it. Mostly we're working on the production side, making sure that we have all the things we need to make the video as good as possible, because that's one of the video projects where I want to put a lot of energy into. I want to really like work on it. Sadly, we figured out that most people that have a kitchen that we could use either don't have the means to provide us that kitchen because it's not theirs, because their parents said no, because it's their parents' kitchen and not their kitchen. A good friend of mine who hasn't shown up on videos, but like, great woman. She has. I can't say a lot because I'm not. I just realized I'm not sure how comfortable she is to name things about her and stuff, but Cramy knows her, and all that stuff. We wanted to use their parents' kitchen because it looked like that would have been perfect. However, sadly, they don't want us to use it for video. We could use it in private, but not for video. Well, it took like 2 months or something to get that answer. And the only option we have left right now is renting an Airbnb or something like that for a night, and then being like, and make the video there. Problem is that costs money, which it's not a lot of money in normal standards, but in our, like, my current available funds standards, that's a thing I really have to save up for, to make sure that nothing else breaks apart or like crashes onto me. Like, I don't know, who knows? Like in December, I got a electrical and gas bill that was 3 times higher than expected because the company made calculation mistakes 2 years ago, and then they had to recalculate everything, and they left out some builds, and it was a whole nonsense that also ties into German political problems when it comes to the energy crisis and all that. So yeah, the only reason I'm not suffering, luckily, was another thing I never expected to have so soon, question mark, like with such a reach I have, was a sponsorship. I actually got my first sponsorship, and that was a blast. It was actually like an adventure for me, because it was over a couple days, reach some goals and stuff like that. It was really fun, and I'm gonna be fully honest. I'm a little biased because the lore of that game really caught me. That is the reason I am biased. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money I earned, but I can't disclaim how much, but maybe maybe you can calculate it yourself, even if you are able to research. But it wasn't a lot in like what sponsorships normally could bring in. But it was just a really fun experience, and it like I wanted to play Honkai Star Rail anyway for a long time. I just never got around to it. And then they were like, "Hey, you know, if you make people join you, then and like play the game for literally free." Literally free. Oh, I can't speak today. And yeah, that if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't be for that. I would have been in a bit of a pickle with the bill, a bit of a big pickle. But oh well, it is what it is. Things are going well. I'm looking forward to a lot of things this year. Maybe we can crack on YouTube the 700 subs. And I'm gonna think about finally getting into well, not finally getting into, but I'm debating if I approach Diaries of an Alternian differently, in order to just be able to work on it and not necessarily continue working on it, but like properly start getting out episodes. But that's not on my plan. I can say that much. It's not on my plan to start it as a regular thing, but I kind of like, it's 700. 7 is Wriggle's number, it's my favorite number, it's all that stuff, so I want to do something about Wriggle if we hit the 700 this year. But other than that, I'm looking forward. I want to do the food theory video. I want to at least get it out this year. I want to do the animation that you guys wrote on the October charity event thing, where we came up with the lemon meme, like the lick the lemon and face gets all squooshed, and emotional support chicken, which obviously Chubby Burb is the emotional support chicken in reality, but you know what I mean, right? Other than that, we are, like, when I say we, I mean me, Fandomia, and from the Bloodmoon Pictures group, anyone who's willing to help out, because it's helping out. We're literally helping out. Like, we don't earn anything that is noteworthy, or like, like even when I tried to file some taxes relating to it, the tax office was literally like, these are breadcrumbs, you're just wasting our time. Give us these data when you actually like do something financially noticeable. Oh well, whatever. So like, yeah, I want to be a bit more open. It's 2 years ago, and this is the 3rd year. No, technically 3 years when it started without our notice, that something happened that I had to recover from. I recovered from the moving because after I was done moving, after I finally felt, okay, I'm actually at a new place now that I can call home, I literally started to feel the drag of, like, the burden and everything, just like, oh, I finally got to rest. I finally got to have like, my brain was finally able to settle, okay, now we need us time. Oh wait, we avoided us time for me time for so much, and like private health for so much is all gonna come crumbling down, which is why luckily in the new place I was able to find a new like a new place to get myself checked up health-wise in all sorts of manners. And I don't want to go too much into detail, but we're working on that, and within the coming year I hopefully finally will get some of the I forgot the word for it. That's another thing I should talk to them about, that my brain has been very, very, very forgetful about words in the past 2 years. Like, it got worse and worse, noticeably so. Like, I could go on for ages and talk and ramble. You maybe even seen my earlier VODs where it just like went on and on and on with all sorts of words. And but now it's like the simplest words I use daily that just disappear from my brain. And yes, any sort of idea what that might or may not be connected to, etc., you can write down in the comments. I know YouTube comments are not the not a reliable source for medical advice, but at least it gives me an idea of what to ask for, what to like look out for, to be like, hey, maybe can look up, and a quick Google search disproves a comment or whatever. Even though Google will call me a cancer patient every single time I Google, as we know. No, but in all seriousness, I want to get black on white, a piece of paper that confirms or denies whatever I am suffering from, just so I can like have it for all the important matters. And I did what did help was that I started medication, because at some point my mental health got so bad that I was only functioning I was only functional, and I quote functional, when I had people around me distracting my brain from being inside itself. And yes, a coping part was still streaming. I'm gonna be honest that, like, yes, I felt better live on stream because my head was like, oh, there is a person with their eyes on me, at least one. Because sometimes chat's really quiet because we're all vibing, or like what's the word, lurking, because I have like at least 3 lurkers in chat every time. And it's like I still feel, oh, I'm not alone, if that makes sense. Yeah, it feels like I'm not alone, which helps my brain to keep away from the bad thoughts. It's not always perfect, obviously, but I just, streaming is helping me with just focusing and having like, ooh, I can do something and it feels productive. Every time I stream, I feel productive, even if there's a lot of silence in stream, because I focus on things and forget to answer chat or like stuff like that. And that's one of the reasons I like streaming. It just feels like I'm not like I'm actually with people experiencing those things. And videos, it's a very similar story, though I have to say I did figure out that when I feel like someone is around and it's more of a cooperation effort, and yes, people being funny and or weird in chat is, to me, already like, that's already a check mark in that book for me. It feels a bit better. It feels a bit like I'm actually communicatively doing something in a way, even if it's just people watching me do stuff. Which is why the co-working and stuff like that streams, they help me, and they're like really, really nice. And again, go over to my Twitch, Regal_Venter, and help me by just existing in chat. Just chat some fun things, some random things, as long as it's not too wild and TOS friendly and all that stuff. And again, tomorrow, I will be having another productivity stream where you guys can bet channel points on who will win on this computer versus computer game like for I set the enemy players to the computer player, and you can either be another player fighting, and it's like a community event while I work on stuff and watch you guys and commentate. Though I mostly don't commentate outright because I rather have eye on chat and my work, so I can't always pay attention to the game. But yeah, if you, for example, say blue versus red, and red wins, then everyone who voted for red wins channel points and stuff like that, like with predictions, and it's a real fun time. Like, even if it's just like 3 people actively partaking or 2, it's still fun, and I'm just inviting everyone to come on over while the lurkers can work on things while the stream runs with music in the background, and the other guys just fight each other in Battle for Wesnoth. Or actually, we have only used Battle for Wesnoth so far. Carcassonne is another option, but I can't pitch AI versus AI against each other, like computer player versus computer player against each other. In Carcassonne, there has to be at least 1 human player, but that's also an option. But Battle for Wesnoth is free on Steam. I'm gonna shout out one of my favorite games just randomly. Oh, I'm so quirky. Sorry. But yeah, 2025 on my plan is continuing the works I've already in the works. The Method Thought comics, the on my Insta majorly, Discord will also be releases, and Little Demons Volume 3, Bragdun Reports, which I'm already gonna name out loud, will be continued to work on. However, because I barely ever mention it these days, because my brain was, for the past 4 years, so preoccupied. 3 years. For the past whatever long, so preoccupied with, like, brain stuff and not mentioning it. My Patreon. We do have a Patreon, and when I say we, I mean majorly myself, and whenever I figure out how to get Fandomia the attention she deserves, she benefits also from it, but she keeps denying it. People, please spam in the comments, Fandomia, you deserve rewards. But yeah, basically the Patreon majorly benefits me, and I majorly use it to use the money from there for, like, getting out merch products. And yes, we do have merch, if you didn't know. All the links are in the description. On my itch.io page, you can find mostly everything. But yeah, if you are subscribed to Twitch or to the Patreon, you also get rewards on majorly Discord. I post, like, some things on Patreon, but because I have barely, like, activity there, from my knowledge, like, and I keep forgetting about it, about Patreon being its own singular thing, because it's all connected to my Discord, and I post all the rewards on Discord because it's way more easy to access there for everyone than on a different web page. But yeah, you all also, if you're a Patreon subscriber or a Twitch subscriber, get early access to things. Like, you know what video will be next. You see the thumbnails in full resolution and can access them that way. You can, again, early access to comics and Little Demons and all that stuff. And I'm thinking about more things the more people we gather for that. Like, I have new random ideas for that every month, but it's like random. I'm gonna be fully honest, it's gonna be random. So there's a lot of people who charge by, like, on Patreon, they charge by release, but I would feel very weird for that, because sometimes I don't create a thing for a couple of weeks and then I shoot out like like a dozen in one, like in 2 weeks, and it's like, ooh, I think a timely manner is better there, for everyone involved, because I don't want to be like, I don't know, you're not checking it for a week or two, and then you see like, poop, that was a lot. So, yeah. Also, another alternative is Twitch. Just subscribe on Twitch, and you get a ad-free experience, and a sub's worth so much more than the ads. Even if I would stream 24/7, I think I would have to stream 24/7 for a single viewer to be worth their ad money in a sub, if that makes sense. I think about it was something about that. But yeah, I won't stream that much. But speaking about streaming and schedules in general, I will continue. I've been thinking about it, but I will continue my Monday, Wednesday, Friday video upload. However, sometimes I might have to leave out the Monday video, because I want to work on the bigger projects. I will, however, then announce it on the Discord if I do leave out a video. I will try not to, because I just like the 3 videos a week thing, and it's not that... It's difficult to uphold if I don't... Like, if I work from one video to the next, but if I, like, have, for example, 2 days where I just make 3 videos and get them done in 2 days, I have a week of, okay, now I can focus on project stuff before I have to make videos again. And other than that, on Twitch, I want to stream the days I don't upload videos, so it's going to be the weekdays I don't upload videos, so Tuesdays is usually the co-working productivity stream. On Thursdays, it's going to be gaming, and then on the weekend, it's going to be a game. From Friday to Sunday, somewhere along the lines, because it also depends when my friends have the time, or if there's new World of Warcraft content that I want to stream, because as you might have seen this year, World of Warcraft is one of the games I just play a lot, and I like to make content about. I don't know, it's just a really comfy feeling to create content from World of Warcraft, to me, because I can have experience that I share with you and experience that I have myself. And lately there's a lot to do, and I like the community hype that happens with it. Also, those videos have been popping off lately, which is surprising to me. But yeah, all that is being said, this is the end of the video. It's just an update video of me rambling about my thoughts and my all that stuff. I'm not gonna annoy or bore you further with it. I'm just gonna upload this to YouTube. But for now, again, I mentioned everything. Remember, I have a Patreon you can support us with and fund the bigger projects, like video games, the manga, in case I need help and all that good stuff. Same on Twitch. You get rewards all on Discord. Yeah, mostly on Discord. Some maybe outside of Discord when it's like free things. That's technically not Discord, but like all the early access and additional content is shared over Discord. Other than that, we also just hang out in Discord and chat every now and then. Be there. Also, fan art. If you have fan art, just send it there, and I'll review it live on stream on my Twitch. But for now, this is... Oh yeah, I don't want to have more stands to actually sell merch in person in the region of Berlin this year. So if you live in Berlin region, go to cosplay events or similar, I might be there and have a table. I don't know yet. So far, I got denied once for this year already, because I didn't see the notification in time that I need to send in the email. Yes, it was like I was like 2 days late. But all that being said, I sincerely love all of you guys. It has been a great time, and let's make 2025 a better year yet. Cheerio!